Welcome to the Element Podcast. My name is Askia, and today's episode we have Teddy Oso. Teddy is such an awesome guy. He's a producer and a DJ here in Phoenix, Arizona. He and I actually met a couple years back on set of a music video, and so it's been awesome watching him and his craft actually develop and grow and evolve. And so I wanted to have him onto the podcast. And so in this episode, we talk about Teddy's journey to Phoenix, and then we also talk about his fascination with Disney and some of the wonders that Disney has. And then we also talk about how his passion and journey with music has evolved and developed while navigating the scene out here in Phoenix. So super excited for this one. It was a really, really good conversation. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Teddy in his element. You feeling good?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool.
Coffee, a little jittery right now.
That's good.
That's good. Coffee.
Keeps you up, right? Attention. All right, let's go ahead and get into it, man. What's going on, everybody? My name is Askia. Welcome to the Element Podcast, and I have one of the greatest producers, one of the greatest baristas, one of the coldest dudes here in Phoenix. I'll let him introduce himself.
Oh man, what an intro! What an intro! What up, y'all? My name is Teddy Oso. Just in case you didn't know, so.
I love it, bro. That's clean, man.
Thank you.
Of course. Well, I appreciate you coming through, bro, accepting the invite, man.
Already.
It's been a minute since we've kicked it, and so, I wanted to reach out, and I think this would be a good time to kick it and explore the people, explore the elements that make you great, right? Thanks for coming through.
Already, bro. It's been probably like 3 or 4 years now since we've seen each other, so
dog.
I'm happy to catch up, man. Catch up and support for real.
Always, bro. So take the people back to the beginning. Where you from? Hometown? What you repping?
Shoot, hometown, Lima, Ohio. A lot of people don't know that. I'm not originally from here, but I was raised here, so Phoenix is definitely what I'm repping. But born in Lima, moved out here, I want to say in 3rd grade, and then been here ever since.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah. My dad is Jamaican, straight from the islands, came to Ohio, met my mom. And then they met in typewriting class. So.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
What, bro? That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
What a story.
We met in typewriting class. That was always a fun story to hear.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Very cool. Did they meet in?
Yeah, so they met in college, met in typewriting class. But it's crazy because like growing up, my mom met her mother-in-law when she was like 5 or 6.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So my grandma came here in the 70s or something. My mom was born in 64. So she had to be like maybe 10 or maybe not 5 or 6. Well, I forget the age range or whatever, but she met my grandma at church. Like my grandma would always go to the church that she went to as a kid.
Amazing.
And then years later, she met my dad when he came to the States. And it's just so, I always think it's so crazy. Like life is just meant to happen the way it's supposed to happen, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who would have thought, you're looking at your future mother-in-law and you haven't even met your husband, and he's not even in the States yet.
That's so crazy.
It's nuts to me, like.
Yeah. Does that help fuel you? Because I know, of course, you're on your creative journey right now. Does that help your understanding of navigating the waves as well? Do you keep that?
Honestly, yeah, dude. Like, I think about their story. I think about my grandma's story and how much like she sacrificed to like get here, to keep us here. And it helps me keep going. And my grandma did it, my mom did it, my dad did it. And they came from like, very poor backgrounds, like, not even having enough food for the whole family type deal, so like in my head I'm just like I gotta do something. I gotta go harder. Like my parents were the first ones to get college degrees in their family dynamic. Like my grandma never went to school on my dad's side, and my dad getting his master's, like that is the pinnacle of like, excellence in my family. So like my definition of that is being able to like feed my family off my creative juices, off of what I think is cool. Like that's my next step in like my journey, I guess. And that's why I always try and go so hard, because like my grandma went hard for me and I wasn't even there yet. Like I'm thinking about my grandkids, and they're not even here yet, but it's like I'm trying to set this foundation because my grandma did, my father did, before we were even thought about, before I was even here. So like, yeah, that's why I go super hard. That's why I'm always posting. That's why I'm always making beats. I have something to fulfill right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get into it, man. What do you do? What's your craft? What's your trade?
I was talking to my friend King Dage last night about the stuff that I do, and I thought about like I kind of do a lot, and I hate saying that because it sounds like super. Oh yeah, I do a lot,
Sure.
but when I really think about it, like I produce, I DJ, I engineer, I mix, I design clothes every once in a while whenever I feel like making some shit, like
Right.
you know. So, but my main thing is producing and DJing. Though, like the clothes stuff is cool because I want to rock some stuff that I don't see in the stores or anything. But
Right.
main thing is producing and DJing for sure.
How long you been at that?
DJing was my first like musical start, and I started doing that in high school. I want to say my sophomore year, my parents got me some turntables. It was
Let's go.
Yeah, man.
Let's go.
Yeah, the story begins there.
Yeah.
It was amazing, bro. I was like really getting into hip hop in high school for sure, like everybody else does. You know, you start finding out about like Big Daddy Kane or Juice, the movie Juice, and Fab Five Freddy and you don't see raps and all that good stuff. And I was just super lit off that. So I was like, yo, I need tables. Like, I need a DJ. I need to do something. I love music. Like, how do I get in?
ASAP.
Yeah. So I started doing that. I was doing house parties in Avondale. Man, anywhere I could just bring my tables, I was trying to figure it out. It was hard in the beginning because I knew I should have been getting paid, but like honestly, like I shouldn't though at the same time because I'm starting off. Right. So I started in high school with the tables, and then I stopped DJing after high school because I started just making music. So I was like, whatever. Like DJing is cool, but I'm finding like another avenue down like making music and all that. So then I started making music my senior year. Dropped my first project on my dad's birthday my senior year. I think it was 2014. And since then, I've dropped music I've dropped music every year since then.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Just like an individual project each.
Something. Whether it was 5 projects that year, whether it was one song or a couple singles, like every year I had something coming out.
Yeah.
And
do you think that like helped ingrain in people's brain how they associate you? So because you're always top of mind, because you're always dropping stuff, that like now if there is a party to DJ or if there's like somebody working on music that you become the guy then.
Yeah, and I honestly just got chills right now because like that's how like my last year has been now. It's like, oh, go to Teddy, he DJs. Go to Teddy, he produces. Or go to Teddy, he might help you with getting a song recorded or mixed. Like, now I'm finally becoming the person that I saw in high school. And I keep telling myself that, and it's just amazing, honestly. Like, I've always wanted to be in this position. I may not be at the level I'm at, or I want to be at yet, but, like, I can honestly say I'm a producer and a DJ now. And, like, it trips me out, bro. It really does trip me out.
That is crazy.
My siblings know how bad or how much I would talk about just wanting to be this and be in this position, and like I'm finally here, and it just makes me happy, like, and I always try and figure out the keys to success and everything, and like watch a lot of interviews and read a lot and watch like documentaries and stuff, and
of course.
They always say like, you should, the position you want to be in, you should feel like that already. And I may not be on the Grammy stage yet or doing mad tours, but the way I feel right now is the way I know I'm going to feel in a few years, where I do have the status or do have the accolades, and my albums are like being heard by millions. Like that's my goal, but I feel like that now, So,
do you feel like it's because you appreciate the people who support you so much?
Man, yeah. Oh yeah, bro. Like, a lot of people don't have to press play on my shit, like they don't have to press play on my stuff at all, or like give me honest feedback. Like they don't have to do that, like I'm not forcing you to, but you check it out, you like it, you share it, you support it. Like, bro, that's the goal, that's the dream, is to share your art and have people appreciate it, like whether you're getting paid for it or not, and throughout the years of doing all this stuff, I've seen people on both sides. That people really do care about it. People that are in it for, you know, the look or whatever, but like, man, I study a lot. So like, for people just to check out my stuff and they're like, yo, this sounds really good. I'm like, yo, thank you. This is where I wanted to be, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. Yeah,
that's beautiful, bro. How do you handle, and if you don't doubt now, but like, how do you handle doubt, or did you in the past?
That's a good question. I feel like I never really had like a phase where I doubted myself as much, because I've seen people that doubted themselves and they just stopped, you know. And so I've never really been in that position. I've definitely doubted myself, like, damn, I don't think I'm good enough sometimes, or some days, or some weeks, or some years. But like, regardless, I still put stuff out. I still reach out. I still push through it, though. You know.
Right.
How I handle it is just watching more interviews or watching, you know, people that inspire me, because, you know, like Quincy Jones, like I watch every time I'm feeling inspired or uninspired, I still watch it, because like that's where I want to be. I want to know so much about music. I want to be a music connoisseur, whether I'm creating it or talking about it. Like, I want to know as much as I can, because this is my career. Like, so I don't really doubt myself too much, because I've seen people that really do that and like they just stop. Yeah. But for me, it's
a poison for sure.
Oh man, it's crazy. It's crazy, but
it's amazing, bro. Yeah, you're really about it, bro. I remember when I first like met you right in the studio. You were going out the project, right, doing the thing. I got to see the environment. Yeah. But the thing that I think really gained my respect was that you had Sade music video playing up top, bro, and I was like, homeboy gets it. Homeboy gets it, bro.
Look, I'm one of the biggest Sade fans ever, but not the Twitter Sade fan, bro. Right. Not just the Sweetest Taboo, Kiss of Life, No Ordinary. Like, that's what, I'm a student, man. Like, I got all them albums. Like, oh my gosh, it's freaking amazing.
Bro.
So,
and people really know the music. They haven't even seen the music videos and such either, and just like how like awesome those are.
Yeah,
that's amazing, bro.
Crazy, but yeah, man. Man, I don't even know what to say. So I like lately, it's kind of hard for me to explain how I've been feeling or like talk about music stuff, because like everything's been happening so quick right now.
What's been going on?
My biggest placements are finally coming out, and it's just been crazy. Like, the DJing stuff has really been picking up. Like yesterday, it just got announced like Vinny West is dropping this album, and I'm a part of it, and like that right there is gonna be my biggest placement today, and like it trips me out, because I've been wanting to produce since like 2015,
right?
And now I have like placements on people's albums that I've really listened to,
right? Surreal.
It really is, and it's really hard to like put it into words, and I'm really like lit off this coffee right now, so it's kind of like my energy is all over the place. Yeah. Yeah, man, I don't even know.
It's good to experience, man, and it's probably a trip because you've been at it for so long.
Yeah.
Like you've been in the cave, like you've been deep in it, and just going and going and going relentlessly. From what I can tell.
It's... I really haven't talked about this stuff in a minute.
Yeah, that's good, bro.
It is crazy, though. It really is crazy when you sit at a computer for years, you know, I just think about how long I've sat at
so many hours
just studying and learning, and studio sessions till like 5 a.m. with my homie D7. Oh, gosh, like... Sessions with Damon, with Jims, with Dana, with freaking Seti, like all the people throughout like my journey of music here locally, like now I'm like reaching like the next step I feel like in my career, where I can put in my Instagram bio my placements and stuff. I've been waiting to do that for a minute, bro. But like, it's just, I don't know, it's just nuts, bro. I'm sorry, I really can't even explain it sometimes.
No, that's all good, bro. I love it. Talk to me about designing clothes and stuff. What have you done in that space? And has that been more like personal stuff? Have you done it for other people? Like what you got going on there?
With that one, this has been like personal stuff. Obviously, like I'm a big fan of Tyler. Like early on, since he dropped like Bastard. I've been rocking with him for a minute. So like to see his evolution throughout like the fashion world, not even just music, just like the fashion one. Like I just want to create stuff. Yeah. And like every time he would tweet about his clothes, it's just like I just want to make something. And like to me that was just like so cool. Like I just want to make something too. Like so I think it was like 2019. I just had this idea like okay, I was thinking about branding. I was thinking about stuff that I like. I was going to coffee shops. I always drink coffee. Me and my homies would just chill, go to Dutch Bros. Before we even knew what good coffee was, but like, we don't go there now.
Right? No, we're not touching it.
Yeah, so freaking crazy.
Once I found cream, bro.
Yeah. Once you find a really good coffee shop, you're like, why am I even going here?
Right.
That's disgusting. It's just sugar,
nasty,
you know.
Exactly.
So it was just a lot of that stuff, and then I was like, all right, cool. Like, let me figure something out. Like, what do I want to rock? What do I want to symbolize or just express with clothes? So I came up with like 2 creamers, 2 sugars. For me, it's just like, not going to Dutch Bros no more. I really do like my coffee simple. 2 creamers, 2 sugars. At home, I wasn't really doing that. I was putting a little too much sugar still. But lately, all I do is just put creamer in now.
Yeah.
But it also like, for me, the phrase also symbolizes life. Like, just keep it simple. 2 creamers, 2 sugars. Like, you don't need 4, you don't need 5, you don't need 6. Like, just keep it simple.
Right. Real light.
Real light, exactly. Like, life just doesn't need to be heavy. Or, But I wasn't trying to get off deep with it, but just like if somebody asked me like what it really meant, like I guess that right there.
Yeah.
And then just coffee, and then putting it on a brown hoodie, of course, just makes a lot more sense. And then the text was white, so it looked like the sugar and the creamer. So just like little ideas like that, or little tidbits, it was just cool to me. Like if anybody like really did want a breakdown of it, I guess like now, like it's the first time I ever broke it down, so it's kind of cool. But yeah, just like making stuff throughout the years. I had like this little, I don't even know if it was a beef because I didn't really engage in it, but like there was like this thing about me on Twitter, and I made a shirt about it. I made a shirt for my quote unquote haters or whatever, which was funny, and it said "fuck Teddy Oso," and then it was like Arizona local. It was like a quote from an Arizona local or something. So I was like, yo, if you guys are like, really hating, like I made a shirt for y'all if y'all want it, So I was doing shit like that, like, so it's just fun tees to rock or like fun jackets to rock.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's some shit Tyler would have done, or like Freddie Gibbs would have done.
Gibbs, bro.
Gibbs would have definitely done some shit like that. But
straight up, he's comedy. He's probably like #1 on Twitter for me, bro.
Best rap tweets. Best rap tweets for real. Oh my god,
it's comedy.
Hilarious. But yeah, I mean, I really don't go too crazy with the clothes. If I have an idea, I'll drop the shirt. I guess it's like Teddy Oso merch, but I'm not like the next Go for the Floor or 400 like YG stuff. I need a lot more time on that because I really want to know like fabrics and different techniques on printing and all that stuff, and I just haven't really gotten to that space yet. So
yeah, it'll come, bro.
Yeah, and I don't want to come off like, oh yeah, I'm a rapper that makes clothes now. Like I just make clothes that I want to rock, that I think are cool, and I'll sell them if I feel like it. Like I made a Sade t-shirt that I'll never sell that because I don't want to get a cease and desist. But I made a Sade tee. I made a Princess Leia shirt when Force Awakens came out. That like me and my siblings would always quote this line from the movie. Anakin, you're breaking my heart. So I put her on the t-shirt and I put that quote under it.
Yeah.
And it's just stuff like that. And then like I know the Sade t-shirt, people thought it was a Supreme tee. I was like, damn, that's hard. Yeah. It's cool making stuff and then letting people say certain things about it, and you're kind of like, okay, cool. Like so I can make cool shit, that looks like somebody would rock it. And then so just making jackets and stuff throughout the years. I made like a simple morning shirt, which is like another coffee related t-shirt. I made that one with Al. That one was cool.
Shout out Al.
Yeah, shout out to Big Al.
I want to talk about that relationship because seeing from afar, man, like you guys are like homies, and the way you guys work seems to be similarly like coming from the same place.
We are brothers. I'll say that for sure. We gotta start off with that. We are brothers. Last year was amazing. It was a very up and down situation with me and him. But I'm so grateful for last year. But yeah, I just gotta say that. Al, I love you, bro. But yeah, our relationship started in 2014. Same year I got started.
Yeah.
With music. Crazy part is I don't think I told this story before, but maybe I did. My sister ended up getting a job at Jamba Juice. Mm-hmm. Coming to find out, Al was working at the same Jamba Juice she was at.
Oh wow.
He had a blog at the time called The Legal Trap. I submitted my first video to that blog, and then she came home one day and was like, "Yo, this dude was asking about your video. You said you submitted it to him or something?" Mm-hmm. I was like, "I don't remember what you're talking about." And then she's like, "Oh, The Legal Trap." And I was like, "Oh, yeah." Wow. She's like, "Oh, yeah, I work with him." And I was like, "What?" Like, that's freaking nuts. Like, so it, like, you know, that's first awesome. Video came out. I'm like super lit trying to submit everything to everybody.
Right.
And then, yeah, I submitted it to him. And then ever since then, we just clicked up, you know, and like, been working now. Like every year we worked on something. Like, yeah. It's like HK with Brockhampton. You know, or Mahalo with Lil Yachty. I think I pronounced his name right. Mm. It's like that relationship, and even just outside of work, though, it's just been a lot of life trials and tribulations with me and him, and yeah, it's been a great journey. Like that's my dog for real. Like I go to war for him, man.
I love it.
Yeah,
that's so important to have.
Man, yeah, a working relationship like that, and a brotherhood, like for real, like. Mm-hmm. I don't want to go into detail about last year, but like, man, that's my dog. Like, I'll do anything for him.
Yeah.
You know, so.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
Tell me about the Disney attire and the fascination with Disney.
So, yeah, if nobody can tell, I'm a big Disney fan. The crazy part is I've never been to Disneyland yet.
Oh, what?
I've never been.
Wait.
I know. It's nuts. It's very nuts, bro. I know. It's
You gotta get there.
I always say this, it's goofy. It's real goofy that I haven't been yet. It's real goofy.
I love it, bro.
So, my Disney fandom came probably like at the tail end of high school.
Okay.
And like, I just felt myself getting older, of course, and like, you know, new stage, about to get out of high school. And I would just always watch like the Disney VHS movies, like all of them though. You know, and I just, I can't stand Twitter for some reason because I always keep bringing them up. But like, you know, like the fake Twitter fans of shit, like, I like Disney, but then they watch just like Aladdin or something.
Exactly.
Like, I was really like tapping into like other Disney shit. I was like, man, these are really good films. And then I started getting into like Walt and like his thought process and how he even came about the Disney company and like animation. Mm-hmm. Like, once I started researching stuff about Disney, to me it was just amazing. Like, the man was broke in Chicago, like, and just had an idea, and like the fact that his brother was supporting him financially, and just like they built something from the ground up. To me, that's just amazing. Like, I don't care about the conspiracy theories of Disney. I don't care about. I really don't. Like, a lot of people always try and do that to me, and I'm like, man, I don't fucking care, bro. Like, I'm caring about somebody starting a business, and look where it's at in 2022. Right. We still talk about it like it just came out last year. You know, it to me it's just amazing. Like, I want to create something like that. You know, whether it's music, whether it's like a tangible thing, whether it's a business, something. I want to have something that can stand the test of time. Like, that man passed away in, I think, 66. Like, bro, that's
wild,
crazy.
bro.
His last name is still living.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's just amazing. And then, you know, just the evolution of animation. I'm a big fan of animation, and the way they were able to just transform the art. To me, it's just amazing. You know, and then Disneyland and being the first to kind of bring that to the world. Like, I just love it. I love the essence behind Disney. The drive to push things forward, like I just love that, you know. Of course, it's targeted for kids, but I feel like people should get out of that mindset because animation is for everybody. You know, you can still feel a way when you watch The Lion King. Right. A brother killing his own, like, what? Like, to me, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, my mom always like, oh, you watching those cartoon movies again? But it's like, there's really motion in these movies. I don't care whether it's animation or, like, you know, live action. Like, there's still emotion in these movies, and you feel a way. You get inspired by them.
Totally. And the thing is that they're like stories that aren't based off of nothing.
Yeah.
Right? They're based off of like these lessons that people learn in real life.
And that's the crazy part about it. Like, when you break down some of these movies in like the most simple way to put them, some of these grown-ups don't even follow that shit.
Oh, not at all.
You know, so it's
Not
like,
at all.
yeah, they're made for kids or they're targeted for kids, whatever. But we can all learn something from these movies sometimes, you know.
Don't be so callous that you don't that you think you can't.
Yeah.
Right. That like there's no need for me to look at this. You know, like Pinocchio becoming a real boy, right? Like a real like that's a trip, right?
It's a trip.
Peter Pan and like Father Time is scary.
Yeah, having that inner child and making sure you stay true to yourself. It sounds corny, I know, whatever, but like,
Good luck. Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
Also, Moana, I think, talks about because I've had like sort of like a Disney fascination as well, and like Moana talking about like the divine feminine and the divine masculine, and how like they need each other. You know, it's crazy, bro.
It's nuts, bro.
I mean, people can definitely learn from him. So yeah, I mean, I'm definitely side-eyeing people who critique Disney without it taking it seriously, for sure.
There's a lot to learn in like just that art form. Even the studio, I feel like I'm going to pronounce it wrong again, but Ghibli or whatever, the Japanese ones. I love those as well. But and then the Disney attire though. My homie Edgar, he started AZ Thread shit back in like 2015, 16.
Yeah.
I was pulling up some man's crib when he was on the lawn with it, like pulling up, just trying to find some old shit. Yeah. I'm a big fan of the Cool Kids. I'm a big fan of Mac, of course, and Big Sean. Yeah. Who else was there? Basically, like that era, of course, the blog era, and they were always rocking old school shit, especially the Cool Kids specifically. The crew necks, the hats, and man, I had these fools as my wallpaper. So I'm like, yo, I'm trying to dress like these guys, like, for real.
Yeah.
So when Edgar was starting AZ Thread back in the day, I was trying to find all my shit, but all the stuff that I was liking was Disney stuff too. So I'm like, all right, bet. Like, I'd never seen. Like, I got this jacket from him.
Really?
I've had this jacket since then, and like,
jeez,
bro, I was early on with it, and honestly, bro, ever since then, my Disney collection grew because people were just giving me stuff though. So this hat I got from somebody. They're like, yo, I found this hat for you. People just send me pictures and like, yo, I'll get it for you. And I'm like, all right, cool. And that's so dope. A lot of people are like, yo, where do you get this stuff from? Like, how do you thrift it? Sometimes I do not thrift my stuff at all.
Right.
My cousin in Ohio, he'll find stuff out there in Cincinnati and send me stuff.
Yeah.
Shout out to 96 Vent, you feel me? Tap in. My boy Marley.
What is that? Okay.
He be sending me some fire though. And ever since then I just been wearing it. I like it. This is who I am. Like I'm like a big kid, I feel like, in a way when I wear it.
Yeah.
I don't really rock none of the newer stuff. Not dissing the newer stuff. I just don't feel like spending that much money on some shit. You know what I mean?
Facts, I'm the same way, dude. I'm the same way. I love thrifting.
Yeah.
So tell me about like what influence. So you have this sort of it feels like a 90s era energy about you.
Yeah.
Does that stem from like a lot of like how you were raised? Like what influence do you think your parents have on you and your style and your drip?
Honestly, dude, it's not even from my parents as much. Like, when I think about it, like, they weren't really, like, showing me the movies that inspired me. I really had to, like, go out there and find them myself.
Yeah.
Like, my dad was playing a lot of reggae. My mom was playing, I can't really recall what my mom was playing. Maybe Luther. Like, every black mom playing Luther. But as far as like playing a lot of Prince or Michael for sure, Michael, and I would say Luther. But like I had to watch Juice. I had to figure out how to watch that. Boys Live, had to figure out how to watch that. Yeah. Friday, I watched that on a legal website back in the day. Like, my parents wouldn't really show me nothing like that. Like the hip hop era, like, or just anything like that. I had to find that myself.
Yeah.
My parents I don't know, they just stopped rocking with hip hop for some reason once me and my siblings came along. Like, And I had a conversation with my dad about that like a few days ago. He's like, I don't know why I stopped listening to hip hop. I'm like, yeah, I don't know why either, bro. Because like I freaking love it. Like you know, whether it's old or new, like I love hip hop. You know, but yeah, my style just came from a lot of the stuff that I was watching. I would legit just be on YouTube watching UMT rap performances or interviews and watching the documentaries, and it just to me that symbolized like black excellence. And I wanted to be that. I wanted to dress like this. I wanted to have the haircuts, and especially like in the '90s, it was about like being pro-black. It was about being proud of who you are. You know, whether you're Jamaican or Puerto Rican or Dominican or something. You know, so like it was cool. So that's kind of where I got it. I just kept it. I kept the style. I like it. You know, it makes me feel comfortable. I try and step out of it a few times, but like I don't know. We'll see. I kind of dress like a dad in a way sometimes too. So I'm like, that's cool. Like. I definitely want to be a dad one of these days, so I'm just like, I'll play the part now.
And keep going.
Yeah, keep going, you know what I mean? So, big fan of like Back to the Future, a lot of the John Hughes films from the 80s and the 90s. Trying to think what else. Yeah, just like Breakfast Club kind of movies, the Nikes that they're wearing. That's why I wear a lot of Nikes because of those movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it, man. Yeah, love it, man. What you got going on these days? What's next for you?
What's next?
Yeah.
My goal really is just to keep getting more production out. Keep getting more production out. That's my main thing. I'm working with a lot of local artists still, trying to get their stuff out. I'm working with King Dage, great vocalist. We're working on a lot of music. Just trying to show her how to really be like a top tier artist out here.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you find that that's one of the hardest things about what you do? Is like trying to match visions and like unlock potential in the people that you work with?
Holy shit, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I believe it.
Honestly, like I see a lot of potential in everybody I work with.
Yeah.
And I've had situations in the past where it looks like I'm just very egotistical or just like controlling, but I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because my main focus is the music, is the art. Are we putting out good stuff? If we're not, then yeah, I'm gonna say something because like, yo, we need to put out great music.
Right.
You know, like we control what's coming out. You know, or just the seriousness around music sometimes is just lost. And yeah, I want to have fun. I like having fun making music, and I always do. But like, I have fun trying to like create something cool, something fresh, and all around. You know, the artwork, the music mix. Like, is it different? Does it feel good? You know, and yeah, sometimes that drive can get lost when I'm working with people, but I don't fucking care anymore.
Yeah.
I used to care a lot about it though. I used to for
used
sure.
To eat at you, huh?
I used to eat at me like, damn, you know. Hopefully I don't come off this way, but now I'm just like, I don't care.
Yeah, we
I
got
don't
a mission,
care,
bro.
because my mission is like to make good music. You know, I just know when I'm gone and I'm dead, people can listen to the music and be like, yo, he was trying something here.
Yeah.
You know, instead of just like, oh yeah, he used to make music. Like, no, he used to make music. Like, he loved that shit. He was always trying to push forward. Like, that's my goal. And then in return, if people are working with me and they really want to closely work with me, it's like, okay, I'm telling you how I'm trying to work. This is how I work. You know, I need you to be on the same level. You know, you don't have to do everything that I'm doing. I'm not asking you to do that, but like the drive for the music or trying to make something great, I need you to be on that. Yeah. You know,
100%.
Yeah.
What do you think is the thing that you've gained the most from working in the industry?
That's a good question. Because there's a lot of things that I've learned in the last couple of years. Patience for sure. Just having patience.
Yeah.
They always keep saying just keep your head down and keep working. So that's what I've just been trying to do all these years. You know. I always tell my homie D7 that you know, whenever our time comes and we get that moment to shine, like, are we even going to be ready? You know? And I might not even be ready if that shit happens this year. You know? But we'll see, you know. But I don't know. A lot of people will be like, "Yo, I want this to happen like this year," and it'll be like their second or third year in it. And I'm like, okay. Somebody asks you to pull up to the studio. Can you make a beat on the spot in 10 minutes and make that shit sound good?
Right.
You know, can you do that? I feel like now I can. I've done it before plenty of times, and I'm like, all right, cool. You know, my 10,000 hours, man. But like, for sure, patience though.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, patience. But in that, it's like, okay, when you love what you're doing, you know, what are you really expecting though?
Right.
You know, just keep working, and then like if something happens, then it's gonna happen. But my goal is always to put out good music, so like I don't really have to think like, damn, I hope I get signed today. Right. Fuck, like no, I want to make some good music today. You know, like that's my main focus. Like, can I knock out really good verses, send it back to my homie? He's like geeking over that shit. You know, like that's my
best feeling.
Yeah, that's the best feeling. Like it's creating something in like your squad or you know, people in your community actually like it. I think a lot of people are like, damn, I want to make a song today, and I'm gonna get a song today. No, you got it fucking backwards. Like, we're supposed to be making art to help people, to help yourself, and we gotta get back to that. Not even get back to it. We just gotta think like that. Maybe we already
are there. Yeah,
so.
Yeah, man. That's huge.
Yeah.
And it's important because I think it kind of gets lost when things become so hyper with social media.
Yeah.
It's definitely something that gets lost.
Yeah.
What is your approach to social media?
I've been in a relationship for like the last year or so, and my thing is...
Congrats, it's big.
Thank you. My thing is that whenever I'm with my girl, like I try and stay off it. Like that's my time to like get my mind right. Obviously hang out with my girl, give her my full attention. Mm-hmm. But when I'm home, like then that's when I'll like really tap in, find people, post, interact or whatever for a couple hours, be on live or whatever. And then I just try and get off it, even when I'm home. So I'll do that. I'll do what I need to do as far as like getting the music out.
Right.
And then I'll try and go for a walk. I'll read. I'll watch documentaries or interviews or whatever. Like that shit will eat at you, and we all know that.
Media, yeah.
Social media will eat at you.
Yeah.
We all know that, but we still do nothing about it sometimes, you know. But I constantly try to stay off it because I know how it can affect people. And honestly, that should be scaring me because I know people's mental health is just getting fucked up right now because of it, you know?
And we won't know for another like 10 years how like it plays into everybody's anxiety or like tendency to be addicted to stuff or whatever.
It's really crazy because like you'll hear people, oh, I got anxiety. And like I watch stuff from like back in the day and it's like nobody like says it all the time that they have anxiety back in the day. And like nowadays it's like a freaking... It's just a trigger word for me. I'm like, fuck, dude. Oh, you got... Okay, cool.
It just rolls off the tongue.
It rolls off the tongue now. Like, damn. But, like, we have to find the source. And to me, it's social media. So, for me, I know I have to post. I know I have to, like, get out there. Like, that's a way to connect. Mm-hmm. That's how I got most of my placements was through social media, reaching out and finding emails and stuff. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, man. I try my best. I try my best to stay off it. For a minute, I was on a flip phone.
Dude, I remember that. That's when I came into I was at that time you were in the studio,
Holy
bro.
Crap,
yeah. Dude, you had a flip phone, bro. That blew my mind.
Bro, I go back soon. Like my goal, one of my many goals, right, is to get to a point where I have a good connection or a relationship with a few people where I can just solely send emails. Send beats to people's emails. Don't really have to reach out through social media no more. Yeah. People can contact me through my flip phone again. Like I'm trying to get back to that. I had to get back on social media because I was missing out on a lot of gigs and placements and stuff. So I had to jump back on for a bit. But after that, after I get to a point where I can financially be good, or even when I get older, because I know like in my 30s, bro, I'm really gonna be off it.
Oh, easy, bro.
Yeah, I want to enjoy my 30s. Like my 20s, I'm trying to do the groundwork, stay on it, do what I need to do. Mm-hmm. Like, it's possible. Frank never fucking posts.
No.
That's like my goal is to like kind of live like that.
Yeah, just off grid, but
off grid, but
deeply
still
deeply
connected. Like I'm trying to be on that type of time.
Yeah.
I know how I was feeling when I was younger, and I know social media and my phone have a great impact on my life and how I feel some days, you know?
Yeah, man.
So I think we all need to get back to that for real. Go for some walks, man. I tell people to go for walks and they look at me like I'm crazy. Like, damn, bro. That's what people were doing.
Get out the house.
Get out the house. Like,
yeah.
You know? I don't know. People forget when they were kids they were doing shit.
Yeah.
Outside the internet.
Easily, bro. Easily.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah, I love it. You working on any projects right now? Any music projects right now?
Man, I got a lot of stuff.
Love it.
I got a lot.
I saw the 10 projects by the time.
Yeah, so
that
my goal. I'm a big Prince fan. Prince is probably my favorite artist of all time. Work ethic was crazy. That's where I get it from. Like, I want to work as hard as he did. I watched a lot of the people that worked with him. I watched a lot of their interviews, like Wendy, Melvoin, Suzanne Rogers, one of his engineers. There was another female engineer that he worked with. I apologize for not remembering your name. But they always just talk about his work ethic. And that's how I want to be talked about.
Yeah.
My work ethic is crazy. Nobody can outwork me. But the level of music is really good because of how hard I worked, you know?
Yeah.
And the fact that he's gone, and I forget the number of albums that they said they could drop for like the next 5 years. And I was like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's
like,
so much work.
It's so much work. So I'm honestly like, my goal now is to, make 10 albums. Hopefully nobody steals my fucking idea, but make like at least 10 albums like for a year. So each year I have 10 albums. So next year I got another 10. So I'm up 20 albums or whatever.
Right.
But work out the cover art, work out the lyrics, everything in a folder, and I'll legit have just one USB with all the albums on there. Track outs, if somebody wants to ever remix them, the master, like when I mastered it, like everything broken down so whenever I'm gone, my kids have probably like 4 or 5 USBs worth of just music from me.
Yeah.
Beat tapes, albums of me actually being on it, singing and rapping. They're just making music, you know what I mean? Like a legit time capsule. Like, okay, yo, this is your dad in 2022. He made these 10 albums. Check it out. He's saying this, he's saying that.
That's amazing.
There's beat tapes, and then maybe on like a PDF, I write down my thought process on the album. So when I'm gone, they can just put it out. So, this is what Teddy was thinking about when he made this. This is his goal for this album, like, I think that's a pretty cool idea because, like, now Prince has nothing to say about the music that's coming out.
Right.
We don't know where he was at, the headspace he was at, why he even said this. And to me, I'm, like, trying to think in the future, like, what happens when I'm gone? They're going to have to interpret that shit and figure it out. Why not give him a little more? You know what I mean? So it's a lot of work to do, but it just sounds like fun because when I'm gone, like, that's the only thing that's going to carry me is, like, my music or my art.
Right.
So... Really, pretty cool idea.
Yeah,
makes me work hard. Makes me do something more than just like sitting on my ass. Because sometimes I like think like, damn, I have no beats to send out right now. Like, what can I work on? And then it's like, oh, let me make like a random album. Like last week I finished a beat tape and it's just sitting, So.
Yeah, it's fascinating when you start to do things for other people.
Yeah.
With other people in mind.
Yeah.
Versus like what I can gain, what this will do for me, da 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 da. You move differently.
A lot different.
Yeah. I think that's why I'm in no rush to have kids. But I'm excited for that day to come. I feel like from talking to people that I know that have kids, like your focus goes crazy. Yeah. Right? It's like you have this thing that you need to take care of. Like it's time to go.
Yeah.
And that's just wild.
I know I'm about to go crazy. For my kids.
Right, bro. I'm hyped.
Oh, man.
I'm hyped. Of course, it's going to be nuts, but, I'm hyped. But that's awesome, man. Is there a documentary that you would recommend off top? Just like one of your favorites, first thing that comes to mind.
Man, Quincy Jones, man.
Yeah.
Quincy Jones. Outside of favorite artist, favorite producer?
Yeah.
Well, I can't say favorite producer. One of my favorite producers is Quincy for sure.
Yeah.
I learned a lot from him. Every time I watch this documentary, I learn something new. That documentary is just amazing, dude. Like, he is really the pinnacle of producing, Working with Frank Sinatra to Michael Jackson. Like, the range is crazy, and it's cool to see though, to see how they viewed him year by year. You know, at first he was just the jazz guy, you know, and then he was saying that when he made Thriller, they didn't think he could do pop, but it's like this man was working with Frank Sinatra. What do you mean he can't do pop? He's working with Ray Charles. What do you mean? You know, and so like knowing the timestamps and knowing how everything was viewed, it just hits a lot different. So it tells me I can do anything I fucking want.
Right.
You know?
At any time.
Anytime. I can jump from hip hop to R&B to the 80s. I can do anything. You know, he year by year did something, but like I can drop something this week and then the next week my next thing that comes out is totally different.
Yeah.
Like the 2 songs that came out last week that I dropped or that I was a part of, totally different sounding records, but you know I feel like I can do a lot more than like what a lot of other producers are doing because of Quincy though. Like it's shit like that, you know.
Yeah.
They're always trying to just be a student of music, not even a genre, a student of music, you know.
Yeah.
And that's, to me, that's the pinnacle right there. Is Quincy. He's a student of music.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would definitely check out that doc for sure. Damn, there's another one that I can't think about. I'm trying to watch the Janet Jackson one.
Oh, okay.
Showtime, I think.
On Showtime?
I think it's on Showtime or Lifetime or something.
I'm just trying to get through it.
I need to figure out how to watch it. I don't even have none of that. But Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, the freaking goats. Have you heard of them? Oh my, bro! Like any Janet Jackson song you heard after the second album, Control and Up was all Jimmy and Terry.
Jeez.
They did Scream with Janet and Michael. They did SOS Band. Like they did Usher, You Remind Me, Change. Shit. You know her song, You Ain't Got It in Question.
Oh, dang, no, fall flat.
I forget what song it is. Damage.
Okay.
Yeah, so they did the sample for that record with Herb Albert and bro.
And they're all through the documentary, or they're supposed to be
I'm assuming they're on it because like they changed her whole career. They changed Janet's whole career. Like those are guys I study as well, like heavy. Like I watch every single interview from them. I need a doc on them because they're freaking amazing. Mm-hmm. They came up in the Prince. What's the term? The Prince camp, I would say. Mm-hmm. With Morris Day, with Jelly Bean Johnson, like those guys are freaking ghosts, man. Like that's another production duo I try and inspire.
What's her name?
Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Okay.
Yeah, those guys are amazing. But if they had a dog, that'd be amazing. But that's why I'm trying to watch the Janet Jackson because I know for sure they're in it. Yeah. They were in the New Edition movie for BET. Okay. I never watched that one yet, but I heard that was pretty good.
You don't have a formal education, do you?
I have. What do I have? I have a trade school diploma or some shit from Crass. Conservatory of Recording Arts and Sciences. Okay. Went there in 2016. Graduated the same year, and got one audio job after that at PSAV. Yeah. Just been thugging it out. Yeah. Thugging it out now, like, I don't know, my journey's been lit, man. It's been lit. I did the formal thing. I'm so glad I moved out, because for a minute it was just like, oh, like, you know, you have found a job in, you know, the field that you went to school for. Mm-hmm. But I just knew. I knew this shit was going to pan out, you know? That's why I was at it every day. It was annoying to hear that because, like, my sister went to school legit the week after she graduated ASU, she found a job. Like a real, like, big girl job. You feel me? And I know they don't think they compare, my parents or, like, people in my family, but for sure. Yeah. You know, but finally, like, my stuff is looking up. So I was like, okay, cool. You know, you're in your room doing something. Like, so. It wasn't for nothing. It wasn't for nothing. Right, so, right. Yeah, I went there. That, cool. I tried going to community college 2019. Mm-hmm. I went for, like, a business class. I like school. I like learning. Yeah. I think the structure of school is trash, and I just can't do it. I just, you know. Yeah, a lot of. I hate saying that because every like musician says that shit. Like, go to school if you feel like you need to go.
Right.
I never want to tell people don't go to school.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But for me, it just wasn't cutting.
It wasn't making sense.
It wasn't making sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I feel that, man. What advice would you give? Just kind of in conclusion, what advice would you give to you back in 2014? 2015.
Advice?
Yeah.
Learn. You should have learned the piano, bro. You should have stayed on the piano, bro. Like, you should have stayed on it for sure.
Yeah.
But
I'm weak, bro.
I would just tell him, like, you chose the right path. I would tell him that. Not even no advice. I would just encourage my younger self. Like, yeah, keep at it, bro. Keep at it, you know, because words mean a lot. And if I heard that shit in 2014, like where I'm at now, I'm like, all right, cool, yeah, you're doing something. Keep going, you know? Because it's been tough. A lot of the naysayers. But it's like the same story for every musician or producer or
right.
creative. It's the same thing, you know? Oh, do this or do that. Like, bro, fuck that shit, man. Do what you want to do, you know? Like, you with this podcast, bro, do what you want to do, bro. Because anything can take off whenever. Or even if it doesn't, you still like what you do.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
So...
you're enjoying it.
Yeah, you're enjoying it, man. A lot of people that don't be having nothing, they just be sad as hell.
Yeah.
They be sad as hell, man. Like, making music, doing stuff, like, even being here, like, this makes me happy as hell.
Yeah.
You know, just talking, chopping up about music, art, whatever, like, I'm happy, you know? It's the little things. But, yeah, I'm lit off this coffee. I'm chopping it up like crazy.
It's good, man. Well, cool beans, bro. I appreciate you coming through, dog.
Appreciate you having me, man.
It was a good time. It was good to dig a little bit more.
Thank you, man.
Because I always watch from afar, and so now it's good to dig, bro.
I appreciate it.
It's good.
I got one more thing to add real quick.
Yeah.
Off the Disney thing. And I was thinking about this a lot last week. My name is actually inspired by Disney. When I was coming up with my stage name. Like Mickey Mouse. Mickey is like a real ass name, and then Mouse is like, you know, the animal. Like Teddy Oso is Teddy Bear. And then I just figured out, I should just use like a Spanish flip on it. So.
Oh, yeah. Got it.
So Mickey Mouse, Teddy Bear.
Yeah, that's a trip.
Yeah.
Bro.
So.
Very cool.
Shout out to Disney one time. I need that check. I need the show.
ASAP.
I'm still writing my Disney show.
Send it ASAP, bro.
Send that ASAP.
That's gonna be amazing, man. I can't wait to see what you do, bro. It's gonna be a crazy year. It's gonna be a crazy year, man.
I tell myself that in the shower every day, honestly.
Yeah, as you should. As you should, man. Well, cool beans, guys. I appreciate you guys for watching the whole thing, making it to the end. Make sure that you guys like, subscribe, follow, and comment down below some of your favorite parts, things you agreed with, and some nods, man. But with that being said, this is the Element Podcast featuring Teddy Oso. We appreciate you guys. Peace out.
Later, y'all.
Cool.
Damn.
Appreciate you, dude.
Thank you, man.
That was great, bro.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I feel like I was rambling. I'm sorry.
No, not at all, bro. Not at all. Bro, you balled out, man.